people do cold exposure, and I've been slacking with cold showers and stuff recently, but when I did, I'm more, when it's colder, I'm not as cold as I used to be, right? And so, people do ice baths, people do plunges, people do all that stuff, right? And you don't have to do that, right? But I do find that cold exposure therapy, that's what people like to name it, it has a very good effect on the mind. And so when I do that occasionally now, because I don't do it as much anymore, it makes you feel a lot more confident in yourself, a lot more grounded, and especially if you take one in the morning, you feel ready for the day. And even at night, you just feel good. You just feel good, right? And that's not to say that you can't feel good with warm showers, because they absolutely do feel good, right? That's why the majority of us take hot showers 99% of the time, because it feels better, right? But going along with embracing the discomfort and certain aspects of suffering, because suffering and discomfort are going to come in our lives, whether we'd like it to or not. And we wouldn't like it to, right? But it's going to come, and most of the time it's going to be out of our control, or at least it's a byproduct of some circumstance or some decision that we made a little while ago, whatever, right? And so when you do these things that are slightly uncomfortable, or maybe even a lot uncomfortable, then you're more prepared for the things that are going to make you suffer in the future that aren't in your control, right? So something like cold showers and cold exposure is a good fortification of your mind and your emotions and stuff. If I take a cold shower in the morning and some negative situation happens or something happens, right, I won't feel as upset or as angry or whatever. I'll be more grounded, and I'll take that 1 to 3 seconds to think, I don't need to let this affect me. Whereas, if I just don't start off the morning that well, sometimes that'll get to me and that'll ruin my day. This morning, something happened to me, right? Or not happened to me, but something in terms of finances and stuff like that, and it pissed me off, right? Because it was something that was, for the most part, out of my control. Maybe there was something I could have done in the past to prevent it partly from happening, but ultimately, it wasn't my fault, right? And so it's something you have to deal with, right? And I was like, now I have to deal with this because it was the fault of somebody else and this system that was in place. But I just got to deal with it, right? It's not, I don't really have a choice unless I just want to lose the money. So sometimes when these things come, these unfavorable circumstances and situations, you just got to deal with it, right? That's just a part of life, and you already know that. But see, so these certain exercises and these certain things that you can do in your life that provoke a little bit of suffering, but not like suffering in terms of super uncomfortable, such as cold exposure therapy, that fortifies your mind and helps you.